Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight to Blu-ray. My name is James, and it is time for another of my top 10 movies of a particular year. I just started into the 90s. We started at 1985 a while back, did the entire second half of the 80s. We have now moved into the 90s. I did 1990, I believe, a week or so ago. So now it is time to go over my top 10 movies of the year 1991. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel. If you are new here, please think about hitting that like and subscribe button. I post movie-related videos at least a couple times a week on various movie-related topics, including this one, my top 10 movies of 1991. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought about my top 10 movies of 1991 and what you may have added or what your top movie of the year 1991 is. We've got a lot of titles here, obviously 10 movies, some really good ones on this that came out this year. I have most of these on the physical copy of it. These, as we get closer to the top five, really. A couple of those I don't have, but I'm going to show you all the ones I do. So let's go ahead and get right on into number 10. All right, coming in at number 10 is a movie. I've actually haven't seen this one in a while. I saw it, kind of when it came out in the early 90s, 1991, and a little bit after that. It's really a good movie, just a fun one. This has Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, Macaulay Culkin, and I believe this was Anna Klumsky's first movie, and I am talking about My Girl. This is the double feature. Obviously, we're talking about the first one, My Girl. Just a really good movie. This is kind of, I think it was Macaulay Culkin was coming up fresh off of his Home Alone, because I believe that one came out in 1990. Yeah, that was actually number one on my 90 list. So yeah, this is, shortly after his Home Alone fame, went into this one. Really good movie. Just, kind of just a coming of age story for Anna Klumsky's character in this one. Then of course you got the sad part that happens in the middle of it. I'm not gonna give it away or anything, but just a really, really good movie. Liked everybody basically in this one. Thought Anna Klumsky did a really good job, and then Dan Aykroyd and Jamie Lee Curtis, did really well in this one. Like I said, haven't seen it in a while. I probably should check it out again. But yeah, number 10 on my list of top 10 movies of 1991 is going to be My Girl. All right, coming in at number 9, this one is a movie that I've seen definitely on more than one occasion, although kind of like My Girl, it's been a little bit, although I've seen this one more recently. This is, obviously, I'm a big Back to the Future fan, so love Michael J. Fox, so this is one of the ones he made after that. This has, obviously, Michael J. Fox in it. It's got Julie Warner and Woody Harrelson. Number 9 on my list of top movies of 1991 is going to be Doc Hollywood. Really like this one. This one and Secret of My Success are kind of my favorites, other than the Back to the Future. If you've never heard of Doc Hollywood, basically the premise is Michael J. Fox is, I can't remember if he's like a plastic surgeon or just a regular doctor. I think he's just a regular doctor, and he gets this job. It's going to be in LA, Doc Hollywood, obviously. Gets this big job. He's going to be moving there to be a doctor, and he's traveling somewhere on the East Coast, I believe, over to LA to start his new life in the in Hollywood, to be a doctor there. His car breaks down in this small town. It's going to take a while to get the part, because this is an older movie. So it's going to take a couple days for him to get the part. They need a doctor in town, so they kind of convince him to be the doctor while he's waiting on this to get his car fixed. And they try to convince him that, hey, maybe you should stay here. Think about ditching Hollywood and just staying in this small town. So it's kind of that's the premise of it. Really like this one. Just a really good story. Like I said, Michael J. Fox is good in this one as well. If you haven't seen it, definitely a good movie to check out. So yeah, number 9 is going to be Doc Hollywood. All right, coming in at number 8 on my top 10 list of movies of 91. If you've watched any of my Obscure Movie Monday videos, those are where I go over a obscure movie and review it every Monday. Well, usually every Monday. I didn't get last Monday's. But this one's not super obscure, but I added it to the list. Really cool movie. Saw this a bunch in the 90s when I was younger. This one has got Sean Astin, Will Wheaton, Lou Gossett Jr. in this one as well. And that is going to be Toy Soldiers. Another one that's it's basically just a cool action movie. It's just the heroes of the movie are teenagers instead of grown adults. Basically, kind of try to give you a quick synopsis. Like I said, if you never heard of this one either, It's a school. It's a boarding school for boys, young boys, teenagers, and they've kind of been they're kind of the rowdier kids. They've been kicked out of other boarding schools. This is kind of the last resort, and they all just so happen to have wealthy parents. They're well off. Usually, if you're at a boarding school, your parents are probably well off. But this terrorist guy comes in. His father is in prison. He wants to get him out, so he decides he's going to kidnap the son of, I can't remember if it was like the attorney general or somebody involved in the case, hold him for ransom to get his father out. Well, the government got wind of this and actually pulled the kid out before the terrorists arrive at the school. So that plan was thwarted right at the get-go. But when the terrorists then realized that all of the other boys there have extremely wealthy and influential parents, they decided to hold them all hostage. And then, like I said, Sean Austin's character, Sean Austin, Will Wheaton. There's some others in this, probably not as well known. They decide they're going to fight back, and like I said, it's basically just an action movie, just with teenagers as the heroes. Really good movie, definitely a cool concept. Definitely enjoyed this one. This is number 8 on my list of the top movies of 1991 is Toy Soldiers. All right, coming in at number 7 on my list is actually part 6 in the series of movies. So part 6 is number 7 on my list. This one I really enjoyed. This one is, like I said, part 6. Usually when you get into part 6 of any movie franchise, it's usually not the best. But I really did enjoy this one, especially because I didn't like part 5 at all. So my number 7 number 7 movie on my top movies of 1991 is going to be Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. This is the last movie that had the original crew, like all of them. Obviously, they did Generations, but that was really just, William Shatner, Scotty, and I think Chekhov was the other one. And that one, of course, they were all in the movie for like a split second. So this is really the last one that all of them appeared together. Like I said, I didn't like 5 with the whole, center of the universe and meeting God or whatever. I really did enjoy this one. It brings back the Klingons, who of course were the main antagonist for the original crew, and it's kind of like a whodunit mystery type of movie, which is definitely different than a lot of the Star Trek movies. I really enjoyed that aspect of it, just the whole plot, the whole process of it. Really enjoyed it. And coming off of 5, which I didn't enjoy, I think it's kind of a really good send off for the original crew. That at least they got one more good movie out of it. So yeah, number 7 on my list of top movies of 1991 is Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. All right, and coming in at number 6 on my top movies of 1991, this is one I've definitely seen multiple times. It's always one I like to pull out during this time of year. It's around Halloween. Really cool movie. This one has got Raul Julia in it, Angelica Houston, and that is going to be The Addams Family. Obviously, this is the 4K edition. Kind of hoping they get the sequel, Addams Family Values, on 4K, kind of soon, but at least we got the original. Just a good movie. I love all the characters in this one. I think they all did a good job. Maybe not. What's his name? The boy. I can't remember the boy's name in it. Obviously, you've got Wednesday is the daughter. The son. I can't remember his name. Pugsley or something. I don't know. He could have done without. He was just kind of there. But everybody else did a good job. Christina Ricci, obviously, as Wednesday, does a really good job in this one. Raul Julia as Gomez. You've got Angelica Houston in this one. And then, of course, Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester. It did a really good job. Just a really cool movie. I wasn't like a huge Addams Family fan or anything, but I definitely enjoyed this one. So, yeah. Coming in at number 6 is The Addams Family. All right, we've now made it into the top 5 movies, and these are my personal movies. I know I haven't said it yet. These are my personal movies, top 10 movies of 1991. Mine, I'm sure, will differ from yours. You're going to have other ones. Some of these I rank higher than others just because they may not be the most critically acclaimed, but I enjoy them, and that's kind of the whole point of a personal top 10 list. So these are my personal choices. So this one coming in at number 5, this may have been a lot higher on some people's list. It may not even be on other people's. Who knows? But this is a really good story. It's something I haven't seen in quite some time. I really need to check it out again. This is the Criterion Collection version, and that is going to be The Silence of the Lambs. Like I said, this is the Criterion edition, not the 4K. I know they came out with a 4K version. This is the old regular Blu-ray, but Criterion Blu-rays always look good, so I wasn't in any hurry to thinking I needed to upgrade on it. Just an amazing suspense, cool story. Clarice, in this one, and then with Buffalo Bill, I always thought Buffalo Bill was way creepier than Hannibal Lecter in this one. But both of them are obviously equally creepy. So Anthony Hopkins is obviously Hannibal Lecter, and then Jodie Foster as Clarice. Really, really enjoyed this one. Just suspenseful throughout the entire movie. Kind of never know what you're going to get on this one. Really enjoyed it. They made that TV series Clarice. I think it came on CBS, which I just didn't like at all. I thought it was terrible. But we've always got the movie at least still. So number 5 on my list of top movies of 1991 is going to be The Silence of the Lambs. All right, now we're starting to get into some of the movies I don't have on physical media anymore. Some of these I used to, but I actually got rid of them. Need to get them back. So number 4 on my list, I actually had the Blu-ray copy. They have recently come out with a 4K edition of it. Definitely need to pick that one up. And that is going to be the classic People Under the Stairs. Really love this movie. This one's just super creepy. Just the whole concept of it with all the kids they've got hiding in the walls. I know it's called The People Under the Stairs, but the one kid's running around through all the walls and everything. Just really enjoyed this one. It's just a cool... It's a horror movie, I guess, technically. People are being murdered and stuff like that, but it's kind of like a goofier one, and you got the guy, I can't remember his name, they cut out his tongue, so he's just making noises the entire time. And then, obviously the kid breaks in when Ving Rhames gets a little bit of time in this one, but it doesn't last too long in it, and you got the little kid, and the daughter is helping them out, and of course the mother and father in this one are completely psycho and crazy. With all the little kids they've ditched under the stairwell and in the walls, but just a really fun movie. Love this one. Like I said, it does have a 4K edition. I'm hoping to pick up soon. But yeah, number 4 on my list of top movies of 1991 is The People Under the Stairs. All right, coming in at number 3. I don't think I ever owned this movie on Blu-ray. I don't know if there's a U.S. version of it. I know there's a European version. I probably could have picked it up, but it was announced that it is coming to 4K. I've already pre-ordered it. And number 3 on my list of the top movies of 1991 is Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, and that is going to be Point Break. Excuse me. Love this movie. This is just such a great movie. This is obviously the original, not that garbage that they remade later on. That movie was just... That thing's just terrible. But the original Point Break is really a great movie. Love just the characters and the storyline in this one. Patrick Swayze, he always, everything, I don't think I've seen a bad Patrick Swayze movie. I know I haven't seen everything he's done, but just really love the characters he plays. He's obviously Bodhi in this one, the surfer / bank robber, adrenaline junkie in this, and then you've got Keanu Reeves, the FBI agent going undercover. I thought Keanu Reeves did an okay job, but definitely Patrick Swayze is kind of the one that carries this one. And then you've got, oh God, I can't remember his name. Gary Busey, playing Keanu's partner, who's kind of just the old guy. For that character, I thought he did a good job. It's kind of just there. But really just that interaction between Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze is really what makes the movie. Just like I said, amazing, just a cool concept, cool storyline, action throughout. And then, just an amazing ending on that. And, just a great movie all around. Like I said, don't watch the remake. That thing's garbage, but the original is definitely a must watch. So number 3 on my top movies of 1991 is Point Break. All right, coming in at number 2 on my list. Now, this one might be a little high for some people. I always love this movie. I've seen it a bunch of times. I know Kevin Costner gets some hate in this one because he doesn't do a British accent, but I just frankly don't care. My number 2 movie of 1991 is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. This is the collector's extended version. This one here, which I think is pretty much the main one they sell nowadays, if you still get it. If you haven't seen the extended version, you totally should. It's got, I don't remember how many minutes of deleted scenes in it, but it's a good amount. I want to say 15 to 20 minutes. And it's not like the usual deleted scenes where it's just throwaway stuff. It didn't really mean much, so that's why they deleted it. There's actually a character plot, twist in the deleted scenes that you can only see on this copy. So if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to go over what it is. Don't want to ruin it for you, but there's definitely a major kind of, like I said, character plot twist a bit on one of the characters and who they really are if you watch the extended version. So I definitely recommend that. But overall, just love this movie. Like I said, I know people, they get on Kevin Costner, well, he didn't do the English accent. You know what? I don't care. I just don't care. Would it be nice if he had an English accent? Sure. But it's not the end of the world for me. I love the storyline on it. I know it's probably not the most traditional Robin Hood story, but I like what they did with it. Morgan Freeman as Azim in this one, as kind of the companion that follows him around because he saved his life. And then, of course, you've got Alan Rickman as the sheriff. And just, whenever Alan Rickman is playing like a villain, it's just like gold every single time. So love this movie. Could watch this over and over, never get tired of it. So yeah, my number 2 movie of 1991 is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. All right, we've made it to number 1 on my list of the top movies of 1991. Not sure if you figured out what it could possibly be. You may not know all the movies that came out in 1991, so you may not notice one glaring omission that I have not said yet. But yeah, 1991 was a good year, especially for action movies. And my top movie of 1991 is actually my favorite action movie of all time. I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Like I said, this is just an amazing movie. Easily, I would say, is my favorite action movie of all time. I mean, the original Terminator is an amazing movie, and this just really just surpasses that one. You've got the action, it's comedy. You've got Arnold coming back. In the original, obviously, he's the bad Terminator trying to kill Sarah Connor. This one, he's sent by John Connor to, protect himself, as a child. Eddie Furlong as John Connor, I thought did a really good job in this one. You've got Sarah Connor in the original. She's just the sweet waitress, and oh no, all these bad things are happening. And then you go to part 2 and she's like super badass, in the, insane asylum, and they break her out. Robert Patrick is the T-1000, does an amazing job in this. Just seeing that, especially for the first time, what his Terminator with the liquid metal and all that stuff, just totally amazing. And then of course they blew up that building towards the end, which was amazing in itself. Just almost like the perfect action movie. I can't think of too much that went wrong with it. Just an amazing movie overall. So yeah, Terminator 2 Judgment Day is my top movie of 1991. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for another video. Like I said, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what some of your top movies of 1991 are. Is there any that you would move around? Did I miss any movies off of your list of what you would include in your top movies of 1991? Let me know that in the comments down below. And as always, everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.